Your palms get sweaty, you start to shake, your chest turns red. You forget what you're going to say. All of these things happen when you are speaking because of the fear response and the hormone called cortisol. When you go into fear response, your brain starts to swell, your memory center shrinks, you shake, and all of a sudden you think that the audience is paying way more attention to you than they actually are. Those are all very good reasons why we should avoid fear when it comes to presenting. It's natural to have some anxiety when you are giving a big presentation or an important presentation, but we want to keep it at just that. A little bit of anxiety that you can play in your favor to come across as energetic. A great exercise that I recommend you do if you are fearful in any way, shape, or form, which we all honestly are, is to make a list of everything that could possibly go wrong during your presentation. I know, sounds kind of morbid, but I want you to do this. Make a list of everything that could go wrong. Then assign a number between 1 and 10 to each thing on your list. 1 meaning that it's never going to happen, 10 meaning that it's definitely going to happen. So you give each of your items a score between 1 and 10. And the final step of this exercise is to look at the items that have the highest number and write out, what are you going to do in that situation when that actually happens? What your brain wants is to know what's around the corner. It wants to have confidence. And doing this exercise will give your brain the confidence that it needs to get you out of some of the most sticky situations you can find yourself in. A few other great suggestions when it comes to reducing your fear and keeping it as anxiety. The first one is to have just 1 minute, your first minute of your presentation memorized. That's when you are the most nervous. And if your brain knows exactly what you're supposed to deliver, it's going to help you deliver even when your cortisol is at a higher level. Another great suggestion is to get some sort of exercise within 3 hours of your presentation. So within 3 hours before you speak. And this doesn't have to be a long run. You can walk around the block, or you can even do jumping jacks in a bathroom stall. Just get your body moving to get your endorphins up, because endorphins counteract cortisol, and cortisol is what we want to keep under control. Another great recommendation that we have is to get plenty of sleep the night before. Changing your presentation, going in and adjusting your slides the night before and even the morning of your presentation is actually setting you up for failure. And it's going to cause a lot of fear when you stand up in front of an audience, you click, and you don't know what's on the slide and what you're supposed to say. The biggest recommendation that we have when it comes to reducing your fear and keeping your fear under control is that sometimes you just have to say, so what? So what? You're going to sweat. So what? Your chest turns red. So what? Your hands might shake a little bit. The reality is the audience is not paying as close of attention to you as you believe they are.